you instantly saw where you needed to be. I instantly saw that I needed to be up to the level of the parts and the playing that were on her records. On her records was mainly Dan Huff. And so I was like, all right, for the road, I need to be Dan Huff. And I greatly admired Dan at that point. You know, even I knew about him from, back in Texas. So I had to learn those parts, get those sounds, and then execute them, And it was funny because Dan or any of us session players, when we go play on someone's record, you play it 2 or 3 times or, something like that, 3 or 4 times, depending on who you're working for. Dan would play these parts like a few times and he'd forget about it. And then I would play it 300 times on the road.
Uh-huh.
So those parts really became ingrained into my playing. And he was in LA at that time, and they sounded pretty slick in LA at that time. And he's in Nashville, back to Nashville now, and he's gritted stuff up, gritted with T's. I wanted to be able to play Dan Huff parts with a little bit more of a grit and a little bit more of an alternative bent, which is where my head, is. And so I learned this whole vocabulary of what to play on this particular kind of a song. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. It's like being able to speak a language, where somebody could point to you and go, all right, you're at a social meeting and they ask you to get up and speak and to talk about whatever, what can you do? And I was like, well, I can cover this topic, this topic, this topic. No, do that second topic. And you get up and nail it,
Right.
So just having to learn those parts and those sounds, it was huge as far as arming me to be able to be a session player here in town.